In September 2019, while addressing the UN General Assembly, Malaysian Prime Minister Mahathir Mohammad described India an invader in Kashmir. He said that India had forcibly invaded and occupied Kashmir despite the UN resolutions against it. This statement by the Malaysian Prime Minister was seen as an aggression against India, and many citizen groups in India called for exemplary action against Malaysia in response to his statement. Talking about the India-Malaysia ties, official diplomatic relations between both the nations was established in the year 1957, the same year Malaysia got its independence. Relations between both the nations have been favorable. Indians constitute one of the largest foreign tourist arrivals in Malaysia each year. Similarly, thousands of Malaysian students visit India to study medical science. It has been estimated that nearly 30% of the doctors practicing in Malaysia today are all educated in an Indian medical institute. Talking about the bilateral trade between India and Malaysia stands at US dollars 11.72 billion in 2016. Malaysia's exports to India stood at 7.72 billion US dollars and its imports from India stood at 4 billion US dollars in 2016. India is the largest importer of palm oil from Malaysia. It bought nearly 4 million tons of palm oil from Malaysia in the first 9 months of 2019. Besides Malaysia, India also imports palm oil from Indonesia. Following the Malaysian Prime Minister's controversial statement against India, Indian importers slashed Malaysian palm oil purchases, fearing that India may hike import duty as a response to it. Instead, Indian oil importers are now importing palm oil from Indonesia. Though India did not officially announce measures against importing palm oil from Malaysia, the Malaysian Prime Minister has said that if India goes ahead with restricting the import of Malaysian palm oil, they too would retaliate by lowering imports from India. However, by far, the Malaysian Prime Minister, realizing the gravity of the situation, has offered to raise imports from India for products mainly raw sugar and buffalo meat. It is now to be seen what course of action will the Indian government take. Are we going to restrict the import of palm oil from Malaysia, or we will take it as an opportunity to address the trade imbalance between both the nations? Thank you. See you again.